There used to be a way on this that you could set push to talk, but I can't seem to find it.
I'm not sure if it's at iBlog left or how you find it. Let me see. Oh, it's probably going to keep streaming no matter what. If I exit, it'll probably stop. How do I do that?
I'm just wondering if the game's going to stream at 1080 to the left-hand side of a large output.
Well, YouTube allows me to stream at 1440.
Actually, it's telling me I disconnected.
See, now it's telling me my frame rate is like 40. Since I think that says 40.
So the streams now actually, the main game's only outputting part of the resolution. I'll have to change that. This test is a bust. I wonder if I can just shift this across.
If you want to, you could do it.
So is your YouTube account just at, or your YouTube live stream, is that just at like your username? It's like YouTube / your username?
It can be if you've got more than 1,000 subscribers. If not, I think it's a generic sequence of numbers that it just applies to you.
So how are people supposed to find it? I gotta look and give them a link or something?
You could just click your own name, right click, my channel, and then it'll be the first set of numbers after the view as subscribers, etc. Or you can just do whatever link it says when it says view as subscriber. I'm just going to try and see if I can I'm trying to stream the almost 6,000 by 1080, but I'm trying to break it down so I can just do the middle bit.
Yeah, it's definitely better without VSync, the frame rate. Either that or because I'm broadcasting at 1440p. I don't know. Could be either, but my frame rate's definitely not showing as good as it. I know that the Burj now has two 2,000-pound bombs in the side of it, and it is on fire. I know my username is iBlogLeft, but I don't know how to get to that live stream.
Let's see if I'm ready to.
And the Verge is down. It only took 1,000-pound bombs, really. The other two went right through it because it was already on its way down.
You see, now I'm having that problem now. Wait a second.
Hello.
I was saying about it crashing earlier.
So, just saw your stuff, and I just wanted to say that I've added, like, it's multiplayer now, so I added, like, 2 sides, and then I've made the planes faction-based. And,
oh, cool.
Yeah, and I've added a carrier group. I don't know if that's there. And then I've added, like, a dynamic kind of event. So, like, maybe halfway through the carrier's path, because I have it going closer to the action, it'll encounter, let's say, a silkworm attack, and now the fleet's under attack, and then there'll be, like, a dynamic event like that. I'm still working on it, though, for the code and everything.
It takes a little time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just to say,
But
yet
yeah,
again,
I hope it's going to be really good. Been working on it for a while now.
Yet again, attack view is showing as a virus. That's what's bugging out DCS.
He's working on a playground?
It's more like a battle of the north. I'm trying to add some objectives up in the north. And then I'll have opposing forces and whatnot. I just wanted to, it's not going to be like a training server. It's going to be more of like a objective base. Like iManor has in his Capture the East.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Only thing, it's on the Persian Gulf. If I don't know, a lot of people have that map.
That'd be cool. That was good to have 2 options. Mine's
I
only
do,
built
so
out
I'm
for
glad.
the multiples.
Cool, perfect. Yeah. I'm also, the script's gonna be hard, but I'll try to add like some power plants, because I have a whole format, and I'll like probably put some like missile factory or aircraft factory, or like some power plant that will supply an airbase, and if you take it out, then that airbase can't load up, I don't know, 27 ERs.
Something for the GBU-10, man.
Exactly, there you go. And I'm hoping to implement some of that combined arms. I don't know how that works though. And how do you get ground units across the Gulf?
Just tell them where to go.
But we'll see what I can do.
You got 2 options: off-road, on-road. So just use the off-road. But when you're doing set up the ground
Sagan
units,
has combined arms.
yeah. But if you
Yes, he does. That's why I was thinking of adding it. And also, it makes it fun, so you could capture airfields.
yeah, but if you do it, make sure that you use sat view.
And that'd make it very dynamic, which will take time. So it's going to be a work in progress for sure.
So you're putting some blood, sweat, and tears into it, man.
Amen. I hope it's going to be really fun, just like a battle of the... Very exciting. I'm also thinking of like, sometimes there'll be a bomber squadron trying to bomb Dubai, and then you have to protect Dubai and make sure it doesn't get bombed for political reasons. So yeah, there's a lot I want to do, but I still words don't just it just doesn't make what I
You
want.
got to remember resources too. You have a limited number of things you can put on that map before nobody can get in.
Yes, that's also very true. I don't know how to check that. So I'm gonna try to keep it not too crazy for now.
You got to remember your base is going to be like the aircraft. That's going to
of
be
course.
a certain number of assets, and then from there you've got your SAM sites, and
Right.
those things are going to produce missiles, and
Oh yeah. And those are gonna be in
make
the
sure the boats aren't shooting a whole bunch of tomahawks and shit, because that'll cause
no,
real problem.
no tomahawks, don't worry. Only thing I'm sure they'll defend themselves if a silkworm shoots at them. That's it. Yeah, no, I don't have them shooting tomahawks. No way. That's why I still need to test it, right? So we can see what's going on. I'll send you the map, Smush. It's an old version map though, so I got more.
It's cool, dude.
Yep, I just sent it.
Oh, I see. It doesn't save your live streams.
YouTube does.
Oh, does it?
It's slow
I
about
just streamed.
reprocessing them, but it does save them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it'll be there eventually. I see. Okay.
Hi, Manor. How did?
Say about buddy?
This, I say 11-bit.
Hi, Manor. How'd you do your aircraft, the enemy aircraft?
That is
Oh, it says processing.
quite
I see.
complicated. If you want to talk about
It's
it.
classified
Oh no, it's just complicated. Not something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Live chat with loads of people
right now.
not caring about what we talk about.
Mhm.
So,
No,
yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not streaming anymore.
No, it's not
I
that.
care.
It'll
Oh,
take
no,
about an hour to go
levy.
through, and
Right.
it's.
Yeah, no, we'll
Yeah.
do it a different time, probably on
Yeah,
the
but
weekend.
ask away. I will definitely let you know.
Copy that. Hopefully we can get something together, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll send you the map.
I'd really like to see that setup that you have in that mission for a dynamic server.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do, but I don't know how much I can put on there. Cause I got the
I can help you
inspiration.
with
Like
that.
I googled map. Awesome. Yeah, I got the Google Maps from like when the Gulf War started. I got like a map off of a study, and it's like kind of realistic, almost one-to-one SAM sites of the real Gulf War. That's what really interested me, so that's what I kind of based it, and then I used a little bit of imagination to do
And that
this.
shit I love.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually has a higher frame rate with the VSync turned off, which is probably why I turned it off.
Right.
And
All right.
I don't know why. I don't get any jitters or stuttering or anything when I'm flying
Yeah, we'll do that.
VSync off. But when I have it on, for some reason, it just feels slower, and the frame rate counter shows slower, which is strange. Maybe because when it needs to fill it in, it fills it in. I don't know. Because it shouldn't matter that I guess streaming at 1440p is more bandwidth than 1080, but not much, and I have a lot. So it shouldn't really matter. Daughter needs me. Her mother should be home. I don't know where she's here yet. She's not working late.
She's sitting in the daiquiri shop thinking about you right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny. She doesn't drink. She doesn't smoke. She doesn't cuss. And I drink. I vape. I cuss.
She she an alien? I didn't think they had women like that anymore.
Yeah, I'm Bosnian. So yeah, alien.
No offense, of course. I'm happy for you, man. Sounds like she's a good woman.
She's fucking nightmare.
I didn't say nothing. This little
Take it
red
back.
dude that hides
She's a
inside
woman.
me.
So that's what you get. You get a nightmare and you get a fairy tale all wrapped in one psychotic episode.
Holy Jesus, this is a mess. Yeah, I need to work on the AI for the airplanes because right now I just have a static amount that are just flying in circles or in loops. It looks very messy. I need to work on that for sure. It's all covered in red. Jesus. I also got subs. I didn't even know those existed in this game.
I hope you save that thing after you put the SAMs on it.
Oh no, it's saved. It's saved.
I mean, just the SAMs, because from there you gotta build out, and you always want to save yourself a base map with what you basically want on it, and then save that and don't touch it, and then go from there because you have to get it all in. If you want the scripts to work, everything's got to be named, like CAS. It's got to have a different pilot number. There's all kinds of technical shit that you have to do. So if you don't
Uh-oh.
do it like that, none of the scripting will work, and you'll have to start all over again. It'll be a nightmare.
Alright, copy that. Saving the SAM sites. Yeah, there's no
And then
way.
just put that in a different folder and leave it be. Like put it right. Make yourself an originals folder.
Right, yeah. Just completely separated from all my
Yeah, completely
prototypes. You can call it, yeah,
Oh,
prototypes.
kiss my ass.
No thank you.
I took out all at 11s and now that it popped up some.
Dynamic SAMs for the ground pounders. It's built in, and I will figure out how to move all that stuff. I just haven't had time to sit down and do it yet. I blame Iminer because it's probably his fault.
Come on, Eminer.
Definitely my fault.
What server are you guys playing on?
Oh, I'm just doing a stream test to see if I can stream DCS rather than Elite Dangerous.
And I'm at the playground in Persian Gulf.
Oh, nice.
You'd think the amount of
I
time
just
I
streamed
spend
your
in here, I'd
landing.
stream it.
Cool.
Y'all guys, y'all statements were mixed up.
I just don't think streaming this at 59720 by 1080 is a good idea, so I'm just trying to find a mix between the two.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you
you're
can.
limited
You
by
can
what?
just
Oh, you can in
punch
OBS
out.
maybe.
Yeah, you can
right?
punch out within the frame of a 1080, but... Ooh, shit. I was looking at something else then.
Now I know I can stream in 1440 on YouTube. That's kind of cool. I can do little flights and record them, look at them later.
Overlord, passing waypoint 3 at 19,000.
So, like, what do the scripts do? Exactly. because I know how to do the triggered events, but I'm not really good with the scripts yet.
Generally, my advice would be to not mess with outside scripts at the moment. Learn to use the trigger events within the game. So it's a pretty logical process. So if you hit the word trigger, you'll see multiple options. So if you're any good at something like Excel, and or if equals, etc., that's how you build dynamic scenarios. But you've got to understand that dynamic doesn't necessarily mean dynamic. It means the physical assets have to be there to be triggered at set points.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because I got one for the carrier group. Once it reaches a certain point in its waypoints, it'll be ambushed by some silkworms, and I just have that circle radius, and then I have like if objects in the radius or whatnot, then make the silkworms attack at that coordinate or whatnot.
Yeah, it's an and or if statement.
Right. Yeah, and then I'm thinking for the airfields, I'll just have like if infantry, like in the circle. If the infantry is in the circle, then change airport status to blue.
To be, well, no, that would happen automatically. So when ground assets hit the airport, but what you can do is trigger a set response. But to do that, you want the set response to be completed. So you might have to make your trigger point 9 feet wide, and if that lead unit doesn't hit that 9-foot trigger zone, so don't think trigger zones are large areas. You might specifically want just that unit to get to that place, and if it doesn't operate a cascade effect. But everything goes off that point. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't accidentally trigger, and somebody goes, "Oh, well, hang on a second, we'd stop that," but actually you didn't because the trigger point's too large. So it's a fine balance between you need the user to realize they've got an input, and the input is that they can affect, the outcome. So
I'd probably just place a trigger point on the runway, or maybe just some landmark that they could probably see.
I don't even know if I could see the frame counter in this. This is the one that's with VSync turned on, but I sent you the link.
Also, I was thinking of something cool that maybe I could put some so there'll be no planes at first, but I'll have some trigger points inside the radius of the EWR, and so if you get detected by the EWR, then a fleet of aircraft will take off, perform a cap task, and go to waypoint wherever you got detected. I was thinking of doing something like that. Right. So there, at first, like it's the first day of the war, there might be some like maybe a few ships of planes patrolling the border, and then if enemy aircraft gets detected, then of course, yeah, they'll take off and intercept. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe not having any at all, except for a few ships. And that could mean you could possibly complete the whole. Cause I'll probably no, never mind. I mean, you could probably find a way around so that the airplanes never take off and you sneakily kill everything.
yeah, I mean, one of the things with mine that everyone's so focused on killing the stuff that's coming at them, they fail to realize that if you just do the main rule of combat, which is bug out and stop, it'll be easier.
Right, exactly.
And you've got to give them that option, but if they want to keep pounding, then it just needs to get harder and harder, like as it would do in real life. Think the enemy is as childish as you are. Tactics go aside. When you wound an animal, it'll just keep biting back at you.
And with more adrenaline and force
Comes more aggression.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something, but I also want to keep a plane limit, so like never mind, no plane limit, screw those.
Just try and make them realistic. You got to look at the audience. The audience don't want to sit there running, a lot of Su-27s out of US-bound airports.
No, not at all.
We've got
That's
nails
not
on our 12.
Yeah, no, I have, I have the faction separation of aircraft, but I was thinking like maybe I could set a certain number, so like there are something amount of aircraft at this airport, and if you kill all of them, then there's no more that spawn in. But I don't know. I feel like that'd be too much. Honestly, you know, it'd make it easier for me if I just delete all the NPCs and just have it player controlled. Then I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, but then nobody gets anywhere.
Depends on your communication and teamwork. Let's go team. Most dangerous game, am I right? I think that's how the quote goes. No, but I'll keep it for NPCs right now.
Yeah, roger.
Dodge 1-1, Overlord, Bra.
I mean, NPCs, if you just change the mentality, NPCs are a catalyst, and they should create an event, and that event should be controllable or descend by itself.
Bra 102480 at
Yeah, I don't know how to work the AI. I literally just have my planes like following a continuous loop. So it'll be like once you reach waypoint 1, follow waypoint 2. Once you reach waypoint 2, follow waypoint 0, and then it go on and on and on. But their main priority, of course, is cap. So if they do detect a player, then they will go and intercept.
101480 at 18,000 knots. Overlord, Dodge 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Also, when building this mission, it reminded me of island hopping.
Overlord, Dodge 1-1. Request bogey dope.
We've got nails. 1 o'clock.
Dodge 1-1.
I might do that right now, actually. The airport.
450 at 21,000 knots. Dodge 1-1. Overlord, Bra 105 445 at 20,000 knots. Dodge 1-1. Overlord, Bra 106 445 at 20,000 knots. Dodge 1-1, Overlord, Bra 101 445 at 19,000.
Spike, 12 o'clock, dead ahead. Us 12 o'clock. And oh, nails, 2 o'clock.
I wish Jess would give us distances, rather than look in the F10 map. I refuse to look there, but you're gonna have to just guess it.
C1, engaging bandit at ball 264 180 at 35,000.
That's cool. I like that. At least the video's
Party
good
time.
for 1440. It's
12
pretty good.
o'clock. Hot. Break right. Missile, missile, missile. 12 o'clock. Hot. Break left. Missile, 11 o'clock. Hot. Break right. Splash. Nails, 5 o'clock. Shit, come on.
All right, guys, I gotta go. Gotta work in the morning.
Good night.
Yeah, I need to go as well. I was just doing a quick test and just realised I'm still playing. I don't know what it is about this game that just drags you in, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's what makes it a good game, I guess.
7 o'clock.
Bandit at bullseye 266.
Yeah, I'm gonna bug out. Punch.
Yeah, me too. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
See you, man.
All right.
Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button.
Right?
So believe it or not, my daughter watches YouTube all the time, right? So she's always telling me everything that they say. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. She's always telling me that because she's 3. She's smart as a lion.
1440p. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But that
Yeah.
has VSync turned on, so my screen, my frame rate's showing like 40, 50. But if my VSync is turned off, it's it's 70, 80. So it's weird and it's smooth. Whereas when I had VSync turned on, it was much choppier. Like I could, you can't see it very much in the video, but it's that little tiny jitters here and there, and I don't like it. So that's probably why I play with the VSync off, and it runs at 75, 80 frames.
Now we know. Desync off.
And that's at 3840 by 2160. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Be good, JD. Take care, buddy.
You too, man. Thanks.
No worries.
Hey. The big man I manner. Wanna boost my. No, I'm joking.
Sorry, say again?
I was gonna say wanna host my mission, but I was just kidding.
So I'm just gonna. I'm supposed to be stopping this stream test. I don't stream DCS, I only stream Elite Dangerous, believe it or not.
Keep going, man. Don't stop.
I just got to test because I run DCS in 59 and I don't want to play it without being 59 by 1080. So I've got to figure out how I stream it and punch out this resolution at the same time. So I'm going to do the test now, and if it works, then I can do it. With the Elite, I play it at 1080, so it's not a problem.
Copy that. Sounds good, dude.
Hitters spike 1 o'clock.
I'm not engaged. I'm not engaging. I'm not doing anything. So I'm going to actually just pull out of this, get settled. Stop pissing about like a child.
Copy that, man. Yeah, dude. Making these missions is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, mission building stuff is something I didn't really go out to mission build. I was just building my own personal hell. But then when I was talking to somebody about it, they were like, "That sounds like fun," and then they realized it was like, "Holy shit, you've created a fucking machine." So we're just kind of refining it now for masses.
Perfect, good stuff. Yeah, I don't know why, but I've been having trouble starting up. Whenever I start it up, people say that they can't connect to it for some reason. I've checked firewall, I've let 1080, and 10, what was it, 1038? I let that work and everything. I don't know. You got any ideas why they might be getting it offline?
Well, you're running it personally off your own machine?
Off my own machine, that is correct.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to consider with running if you're running a server that you want guys from the States and stuff to play on, that's going to be definitely need a lot of headroom to do that, both network-wise and internal-wise, not just CPU clock speeds and all the rest of it, but pathways to let one thing do something while you do something else and something else does something else. So you need you either need something that's built for multitasking, or just hand it over.
Is that like RAM?
It's a combination of a lot of summer parts. So it'll be more than just your RAM. It'll be the platform everything's built on. So this is a discussion we've been having over here for the last few days about hardware and people's expectations. Ultimately, you've got to you could have the best GPU, the best CPU within that socket type, etc., the amount of RAM, but they're realizing when they're sticking stuff to it that not everything's communicating at the same speed. So you could have a 1080, you could have like a 2080 Ti, but if it's attached to like a 1150 socket on an old i5 mainframe, it's going to be running at 8 lanes, and then they stick an M.2 in there, and that's going to run at 4 SATA, not times 4 PCIe. So there's a lot more going on in the background. So rather than changing your entire hardware, just find someone that's got something to multitask and see if they'll run the file for you.
Got it, I see. Alright, interesting. It's good to know.
Oh, not really, because the more you know, the more money you end up spending. That's never good.
Ooh.